Good day, everyone, and welcome. Thank you for joining and letting us introduce and share with you a knowledge that is as old as time. Today, I will have the honor to introduce you to the philosophical study of Gnosticism. So let's begin with the basics. Today, we are going to go over the 3 steps we all need to take in order to become successful in life. For example, if a person wants to become a professional in any given field, like a doctor, an architect, a teacher, etc., he or she will need to prepare himself by going to school and studying in the subject matter. After getting a good handle on the theory, he will start to practice what he has learned and start getting experience. Theory by itself cannot bring anything except an intellectual enjoyment. Practice is imminent, for practice brings about perfection. How to be successful in life? It is not just essential, but it is imperative to be successful in life. In our case, the success we are referring to isn't merely a financial one, but a spiritual one. If we truly want to be successful, the first step is for us to begin by being honest with ourselves, by recognizing our own mistakes, by owning our own mistakes. The moment we recognize them, at that very moment, we are on the path to correcting them. Although sounding simple, it is in fact one of the hardest steps to take, because who wants to admit to themselves that they are wrong? For example, we all know that one person, whether it is someone we know or even ourselves, who is always looking for someone to blame and never takes responsibility for their actions. If we are never able to recognize these faults in our actions, how can we begin to fix them and enter this path to success? This is the same circumstance whether we are talking from a material or a spiritual point of view. Another great example would be to look at some of the greatest criminal minds in history and how they consider themselves innocent. They even found themselves almost being helpful to their victims. Some of them even consider themselves saints. We can't make the same mistakes as those criminals. We have to have the courage to recognize our own mistakes. It is the only way to escape the greater evil and therefore be successful in life. I'd like to take a brief moment to make reference to Matthew 7:3, which reads, "And why behold you the mote that it is in your brother's eye, but consider not the beam that is in your own eye?" This brings us to step 2. Stray away from criticism of others. It is magical, the feeling one gets when we finally realize that when we turn criticism towards ourselves, we grow. We are overcome with a feeling of acceptance. But the acceptance is not just an approval of the emotion or mistake, but truly a comforting feeling of self-knowledge. Criticism is useless because it hurts the pride of others and provokes resistance. Whether the victim normally seeks where the victim normally seeks to justify himself. Criticism provokes an inevitable reaction against its own author. If we are able to live without criticizing others, we will create an atmosphere of success and triumph. Remember that all human beings, regardless of their social and financial status, are full of pride and vanity. And when hurt, turns immediately into resentment and hatred towards the one who criticized them. We can conclude that a person who criticizes others will inevitably fail. The one who wants to correct others should start by first correcting himself. And finally, we come to step 3, living in balance. There is a mediator between the spirit and the body. It is the nervous system. We need to take good care of our nervous system, because when we overwork ourselves, our nervous system gets irritated. Work and all activities that we do, they need to be done in moderation. Whether that is a sport, whether it's work, whether it's a hobby, everything needs to be done in moderation. When we do an activity to the point of fatigue, it will immediately be followed by excitement. And when this excitement turns morbid, it becomes neurasthenia. Therefore, it is necessary to alternate work with pleasant rest to avoid the risk of falling into neurasthenia. In summary, we need to take good care of our nervous system, work moderately, enjoy pleasant rest, and avoid criticizing others. Always try to see the best in all humans. In the next video, we are going to walk you through some techniques to help you with controlling anger and anxiety. This concludes this video. But before we depart, we want to invite you to like this video and subscribe to Gnostic Hub for weekly video updates. So let it be written, so let it be done. See you next week.